Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Monday, June the 16th. The year is 2025. Let's talk trading. Weekly, open, and gap. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And as always, have your risk management in place so you don't lose more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade or during any one single session. So let's take a look at the week. We are 52 pips above the weekly open on the pound, 18 off the high and 70 off the low. And according to the dashboard, all weekly open gaps have filled. Notice most of them gapped down with the exception of the pound New Zealand, which it gapped up. If we zoom out to the months, we're 139 pips above the monthly open. We're above the upper wick zone of the previous month, crossed above the high right there according to the dashboard. And as you can see, we're 29, now 30 off the high and 151 off the low. We're putting in the opening range for the day. Notice we started in the opening range for the month and we shot above it. Right now we're about 43 pips above that opening range, and we're playing with the 3600 area. Walmall and I were on the phone earlier, and we were definitely having some fun calling out where price was going to go. And for the year, we're 1,091 pips above the open, 32 off the high, now 31, now 32, and 1,502 pips off the low. And we had an inside bar 5 days ago, and we're about 17, almost 18 pips above that inside bar high. Lots of inside bar action still to be had, especially on the month. Today, pound putting in 88 pips of range. Let's see, who's the big winner? The pound New Zealand, 195 pips of range. We've got 3, 6, 9, 10 pairs over 100 pips. And you can see here, we crisscrossed the weekly open a few times here. And we're right back down in this 00 area. It was funny because I had called out this 3628 level to Walmall saying, price needs to head there. And actually, I was looking at this on a H1 chart or hourly chart because this whole thing was red. I'm saying that's a return bar. And as you can see, we got pretty close to the open. We got within, 6 pips. I call it a good hand grenade toss. But when price broke this, this level here, it was kind of off to the races. And now we just broke the 00. And back here, I was predicting, I said it's got to go down to the 95, and it actually hit 96 and reversed. And so it looks like maybe I was an hour early on that call to the 95, then 90, and then 85, then 75. But you can see here, this is a return bar. And then where is it? Down here, there's a huge imbalance. But the thing is, what happens is it's kind of funny. We talk about the psychological levels, but price hit the 00. It's got to go either to 25 or 75. It's just the way it is. It didn't quite hit 25. Hit 22, 20, yeah, 22, 3. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Red rats, time to feast. Smart rats were in by 36.10, up 11 pips. Regular rats got in anywhere up here. Bambino flex indicator showing short near the pivot. Which is kind of hard to read on the chart. Price near R1. A lot of overlap. Yeah, it's a lot of overlap here. But this was R1. We took out the weekly pivot. So we took out the daily. We took out the weekly. The weekly wasn't far from the open, but the monthly we still have missed. In and out of that upper wick zone right here. Anybody's trading the wick zone. For the week, 88 pips so far, 0 percentile. We didn't break the high yet. We didn't break the low, so inside bar. High minus close 18 and close minus low 70. And for the weekly crossover, 70 high minus open and 17 open minus low. You know, it's funny, I just said that, but this number was 70. Close minus low was 70 and high minus open was 70. And then here, this was right around 17, high minus close, and then open minus low. And just looking at simple price action, we crossed out of that wick zone here the previous day's open. Open and the high, previous day, previous day's low, previous day's close was right here. And notice the last four, anyway, 5 including the current one, had nice range for trading. Walmart raked it in. It's like we just had a lower high trigger not too long ago. Good for a couple of pips. Looks like price wants to keep heading down. Got a nice red M30. M15's red. I wonder if it's going to hit 95 before the video ends. Okay, looking at the flip-flop to the south right there. Range 180. So far this month, nothing to write home about for true. I don't think we've moved the range. Still at 1533. And the ATR percent is at 40. So still have some room to go. So far, price above the upper wick zone, strong control on buyers. Still wants to fade that pivot. For the week so far, inside the upper wick zone, lower high, higher low, so inside bar. No, that's not a surprise on the first day. And let's see, what do we have here? Okay, the previous bar was an outside bar on the daily prices between the wick zones. Crossed above the previous mid and the pivot, buyer strong control. I just want to look at this price. Oh, we hit 95. So my prediction, quote unquote, came true. It's just something I've observed. It hits the double low, crosses it, it wants to go to 510, and it'll come back down 95, 90. And if you can look here, this is like that was a holo trade, highest H1 open. Yeah, good for some pips. And I don't remember any questions from the last videos. Walmart and I, we've got a couple of things planned. Hopefully we'll get to them this week. Some interesting topics on trading. We've got FOMC coming out Wednesday this week. So there should be some nice price action. And the G7 is meeting, so that could definitely affect the markets too. And just watching price, this is H1. And this kind of looks like a return bar. Yeah, see that was big. And another 30 down here. So definitely looks like a return bar. So that's about it for today, fellow traders. So as always, I want you to remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.